My name is Preet Bharara, and I am the United States Attorney for the Southern District of New York. I have spoken often about the dangers that cybercrime poses to our financial infrastructure. Today we announce a serious and concrete example of this gathering threat in our efforts against it. The threat is international, and that is why the response must be global. What you saw yesterday in the United Kingdom and what you are seeing today in the United States is part of a sweeping and coordinated effort to combat the 21st century's variation on traditional bank robbery. As today's arrests show, the modern high-tech bank heist does not require a gun, a mask, a note, or a getaway car. It requires only the internet and ingenuity, and it can be accomplished in the blink of an eye with just a click of the mouse and at a distance of thousands of miles. As I will describe in a moment, this case involves dozens of defendants who allegedly helped Eastern European hackers steal millions of dollars from U.S. banks with the aid of a malicious computer program that acted as a Trojan horse on unsuspecting computers. Known internationally as the Zeus Trojan, this software program, among others, allegedly allowed criminals to spy on bank customers, steal their account information, and then steal their money. In all, we have charged 37 defendants federally for helping to steal more than $3 million from bank accounts, compromised by the Zeus software and other spyware. Dozens more have been charged locally by the Manhattan District Attorney. The victims include 5 banks as well as dozens of individual and business account holders throughout the country. But before I go into the details of the charges, let me introduce the team that got us here, and it's, I think, a very impressive team. I am pleased to be joined by Manhattan District Attorney Cy Vance, whose office played an important role in this effort, and who has charged, as I mentioned, dozens of additional defendants in state court. Today's joint announcement reflects the deep commitment our 2 offices have to working together to combat all sorts of crime. You'll see that multiple continents were involved. At the beginning, you have the Zeus Trojan virus, among other viruses, spyware that was formulated in Eastern Europe. And that virus was directed at victim computers in the United States, specifically in the cases that we charge and in the charging instruments that we unseal today, directed at municipalities and small businesses. Then the purpose was to have the malicious spyware literally sit on people's computers, unsuspecting computers, and spy on people logging in their passwords when they were going onto their bank accounts. And once that information was obtained secretly, it was used to transfer money from the victim computers, from the victim bank accounts, into a series of other accounts. And that's where the defendants we charge here today come in. For you see, it's not that easy to get into the victim bank accounts and send the money directly back to the Eastern European originators of the scheme. What they instead used was an organization of what we call cyber mules. Those are the people who are responsible for getting the money that was pilfered out, allegedly, back to the originators in Eastern Europe. And so, as alleged in the complaints we unseal today, a number of people were either brought into the United States or were recruited in the United States, mostly Eastern Europeans. Most of them, if not all of them, who were here on education visas, J-1 visas, who were asked to set up a number of different accounts where smaller amounts of money from the victim bank account were put into each of those accounts. And then each of those mules were directed to withdraw portions of that money and then send smaller packets of money back to the originators in Eastern Europe, either by bulk cash or by Western Union or by some other method. And that's how the money got back to Eastern Europe.